What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. Another fragrance review, and this time it's a cheapie. Yes, from the house of Bentley, one of my favorite cheap houses. Now, again, I don't own a Bentley, I don't own a car, but this is the best I can afford, a Bentley fragrance. So let's get down to it. The name of the fragrance is Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. Now, this is probably a late 2020 or 2021 release. I forgot. Let me quickly check for you. Yeah, it was launched in 2021. So it's an eau de parfum concentration. Let me quickly show you the box, and then I'm going to talk about this fragrance. This is what the box looks like. Again, this is a tester that I obtained from Fragrance by CA. Had an excellent price, so I just had to get it. And this was, again, a blind buy. I looked into other reviews, and I felt pretty inspired, like, maybe I should get this. I mean, the kind of interesting notes and the breakdown that everyone described, I thought, hey, let me just get this. It's not going to cost my kidney, like the niche fragrances. So I just went for it, and again, this is the box. Has this little texture on the front, looks and feels like granite. You ever seen granite? Like those slabs of granite? It's got the texture. I don't know if you can see it. There's those little bumps. It's a tester. I don't know. I mean, they could have easily avoided it. Just ruined my swag. But anyways, that's the back of the bottle. And of the box, sorry. That's the bottom. That's the top. Nothing too special, but it feels nice. It feels pretty premium. It's nice. Let me show you the bottle really quick. That's the bottle. The main deal, the real deal. This one is a very, very nice bottle. I say, presentation-wise, 10 on 10. For this price, cannot really complain. You should not fucking complain in the first place. Now, the cap sits very tight. You really need to use some force. So if you're used to picking up the bottle by the cap, this is something that's totally safe, although I do not recommend it. I did not say that, and you did not hear it from me. If you break your bottle, it's on you. F that. So it clicks into place. The front, if you scratch a nail on this, you have this feeling of like the actual granite, like a stone, unbreakable, strong, strength. And at the back, you feel that aluminum kind of metallic feel. And it's got some texture on it. You can see like the rough surface. The bottle design is very nice. The Bentley logo, pretty detailed. They could have, again, they just ruined it. They just fucking ruined it. They put tester over here. Ruined my swag. Could have just easily said, hey, I got the real deal, man. Paid full price for this. But okay, anyways. Fuck you, Bentley. Anyways, so that's the bottle. Let's talk about the fragrance. Let me take a whiff first. Ooh. It's a pretty interesting fragrance, I'm telling you. Let me read out the notes very quickly from Fragrantica, and I'm going to tell you what I got, what this performance was. So very quickly, on the top you got mandarin orange, violet leaf, lavender. On the mids you get immortal. It's a flower that has that slightly different kind of vibe. I mean, I don't have a fragrance that had this note ever, so this is the first time I was smelling this thing. You got the geranium, iris, and at the base you get the patchouli, papyrus. Again, you guys know it. Different part of the world, different pronunciation. And finally, the vetiver. Now, the interesting part about this fragrance is the mandarin orange. I have been using it for a while, and I let this thing dry down on the paper because things break down differently on paper and skin. But I'm going to tell you about my personal observations, but I just let it dry down today. The mandarin orange comes up like one of those slightly tardy kind of chewable vitamin C tablets, if you're familiar with that. But again, not like super synthetic. It's not super synthetic. I get this aquatic vibe from this. Really, like mild, not too much, but there's this aquatic vibe to it. And this fragrance initially starts off like pretty juicy kind of citrus. Initially, like when you spray it. So as long as it's projecting, again, projection is super solid. I would say like 1.5 to 2 hours. Solid, strong projection. And then after that, it starts to slowly tone down. Very slowly tones down. Just doesn't like from here to here, boom. Doesn't happen that way. It's very gradual. That's what I'm saying. So the initial blast is super citrus, beautiful mandarin orange, and you get this aquatic vibe. But once it starts drying down, like once this projection period is going away, like 1.5 to 2 hours of solid projection, once it starts drying down, that's where the aquatic thing starts playing up. And the violet leaf here, unlike Dior Fahrenheit, where you get that gasoline kind of vibe, it's not like that. Definitely not like that, but rather it gives you that slightly green, herbaceous kind of feel, which is really fantastic, I'm telling you. It's very nice. Very, very versatile. Summer, winter, you could put it on. And this could be one of those cheap signature fragrances if you're not willing to invest in like super expensive ones. Again, to each their own. Everyone has their own taste. Some people will just use that Nautica Voyage as their signature scent. Probably the guy's a millionaire, but it's all about the taste, all about the liking, right? So this is one of those signature scent worthy, I would say, from my humble limited knowledge. I would say this is worthy of being a signature scent in someone's wardrobe. And then let's get back to the fragrance. Once it starts drying down, around like the 3.5 to 4 hour mark, that's where you start getting those dry things. What do I mean by dry things? This flower, immortelle, geranium, and iris, they form this beautiful mild powdery. It's extremely mild powdery. Man, you can actually feel it. If you're into powdery fragrances, if you've smelled Amber Puram, you've smelled Prada L'Homme, there are so many other fragrances. There are different levels of powderiness. This is like extremely small, like just a tiny hint of it. And the immortelle, that's the kind of note that gives you that dry, some people describe it as like hay, honey tobacco hay, kind of like, if you ever smelled hay. I don't know if you have ever been to a field or if you ever had the opportunity. I'm lucky I got it. So I got it, and there's this dry, like mild, earthy kind of feel on this fragrance, but not too earthy. And the vetiver here gives you that kind of like that woody kind of blend towards the end. And this is just fantastic, I'm telling you. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. 100% office safe, 100% versatile. Dress up, dress down, casual, 100% you can rock it. Some people might say or complain, and I know why exactly. Because once when it starts, that tarty citrus, like I said, it's almost smells and feels like those chewable vitamin C tablets. I know why some people will say, because this is one of those flavors that kind of gives you that artificial vibe. But to my nose, it didn't feel too artificial. Like there are so many other cheap fragrances, you can tell right away that, fuck it, it's super artificial. You can tell right away. This one does smell artificial, but it's not too much, not overly done. Beautiful, subtle fragrance. And again, performance was solid. I got almost 8.5 to 10 hours, depending on what kind of weather condition I was in, but solid projections, solid performance. And always, like I said, like, don't expect compliments to be flowing from left and right randomly. No. People smell, people know you're smelling good, but chances are they'll never tell you that. But with this one, anybody who's into fragrances, anybody who knows what a good smell smells like, they're gonna ask, what you wearing, bro? Just tell them the name of the fragrance and don't tell them you got the tester bottle. Fuck this, man. They just ruined it for me. But guys, that was my take on Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. Fantastic new release from the house of Bentley. I'm really loving it. I have done another fragrance review from Bentley Azure. You can go and check it. That's a really nice summer banger. And of course, spring and summer's coming up. So Unbreakable is gonna be a champ for me. Yes, I'm gonna put less pressure on my niche fragrances, whatever I have, 2 or 3 or 4. But this is gonna save those bottles sometime. So until the next video, guys, if you have not subscribed, I really, really want you to subscribe to this channel, put that thumbs up on this video, and stay on my channel. Thank you for staying. Whoever is watching right now, you have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Take care, guys.